do you think that Ravan's Lanka is the same as Sri Lanka?
Yes,
That's your conclusion.
that's my conclusion.
Okay.
And I know that, there are, for example, Nilesh Oak has a different conclusion. And I respect and admire his work. Essentially, see, the research related to this, you collect all the data points that are there in the Ramayana, and then you have to figure out the best fit many times, because there could be conflicting data points. You're an engineer, so you know that when you collect data points, you draw a line of best fit, right? Every point may not fall on that line, but what is it that best describes it? And then sometimes you have to decide, what do you put more weightage on? So, for example, if you put more weightage on the sea levels at the time of the Ramayana, then that points in a slightly different direction. But if you look at it from this point of view, that Hanuman went swimming, which is described in great detail. So it couldn't have been 1,000 kilometers or something more. And even today, you can see the island of Lanka, and you can see the islands, the Ram Setu, that go up to it, and so on. So I think, for me, the conclusion I have taken, in these videos as well as in my analysis, that today's Sri Lanka is the Lanka of Ramayana.
So 100 yojanas would be the distance between Kanyakumari and Sri Lanka?
Not Kanyakumari. From Rameshwaram, you go to the edge, Dhanushkodi, from there to Sri Lanka.
Rameshwaram is your starting point.
Rameshwaram is a little inland. If you go right up to the tip, it is Dhanushkodi today.
Gotcha.
Sea levels would have changed a little bit in all of these, so it could be slightly different at that time. So not at the southern tip. It is a little north and east, which is the closest point to Sri Lanka.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay. Understood.
So Hanuman made it to the other side. He then walked inland and came to the city of Lanka. It was a spectacular sight. Built on a mountain, the city seemed to be touching the sky. At the base, it was surrounded by a moat and a boundary wall. Even the boundary wall was inlaid with gold. It was an incredibly well-built city. It exuded power, grandeur, and wealth. And there were many Rakshasas protecting and guarding the boundary wall and the gates. Hanuman decided to wait for nightfall, and then when it was dark, he slipped over the boundary wall and went inside. Valmiki has given a detailed description of Lanka at night. The city was well laid out, like Ayodhya, with broad avenues. It had mansions 7 and 8 stories high, sapta bhaumashta bhaumaishcha, and the mansions were also decorated with gold, silver, crystals. The city dazzled in the moonlight. Truly, it was Sone ki Lanka, city of gold.